Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle rant. Iain Valliere on his Instagram posted a little post about why he's doing the Texas Pro this coming weekend, especially in light of the fact that he won Tampa Pro, he qualified for the Olympia. A lot of people are being critical of him that he's taking away placings from people, that maybe why is he doing the show? If he doesn't win, he'll lose momentum. And he basically, laid it out pretty clearly. Hey, look, guys, I'm doing the show, number one, because this is what I do for a living. I compete. I chose bodybuilding as my profession. This is what I do. I'm in shape. I'm going to do the show. I'm not worried about pretty much, losing to anyone. I'm going there confident that, hey, I just want to show. I'm going to win this show too. And I'm going to get, number one, more stage experience. I'm going to, learn a couple of more tricks about my body and how it responds to different, carb ups and depletions. Smart move, Iain. Brilliant move, as a matter of fact. He's in the driver's seat right here. He's the guy who just, came home with the victory. Everyone else is behind him. He beat everyone, and he wasn't even at his very best. I say he comes into Texas this week, he'll be even better. I guarantee he comes in harder, drier, and just as full. And I think we're going to see an even better Iain Valliere, and that's going to give him more experience so that when he goes to the Arnold Classic, when he goes to the Olympia, he's going to start knowing how his body works now, because he's not just competing once or twice a year anymore. This is a great move on his part. Not to mention, why not grab the prize money while you're at it? I mean, it's his to lose, really, at this point. There's no one in that lineup, really. I mean, with the exception of Steve Kukla, who he hasn't really battled this year, that he can't beat. And I think that at his best, he can beat Steve Kukla if he comes in the way he looked, or even a little better than what we saw in Chicago. This is a good move for him. Plus, he's like basically stating too, hey, this is what I do. I can't be, I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm going to compete against anyone who shows up. If Ramy wants to come to Texas, that's great. I'll go against Ramy. That'll give me even more stage experience against this guy. And that's a great attitude. And you can't put this guy down, because you know what? Look at Ashley Kaltwasser. She's won 10 pro shows this year. And she's done probably another 5 that she placed in the top 3 at. And she's still going. And she's going to do them all. And you know what? If she can peak herself that many times and get on stage, so be it. Beat her. If you can't beat her, you come in second and you accumulate points. And that's how it works, okay? Flex Wheeler back in the day used to do all kinds of shows. He didn't just do the Arnold and the Olympia. He was doing, the South Beach show. He was going up to Canada and doing shows up there because he wanted to collect money. I mean, that's what he does. He's a professional bodybuilder. He wins money. Same thing with race car drivers. They go and do multiple races because they want to collect money and they want to win and they want to get sponsorships. Very smart move on Iain's part. I think, once again, if it was huge gaps of time between these shows, maybe it wouldn't be such a smart move. But these shows are right back to back. You got the Arnold coming up in a couple weeks after that. Then you got the Olympia. So then he can shut it down only once and he can rest and relax and do whatever he needs to do. This is a very good move on his part. And I think it's going to turn out to be something that's going to be a game changer in the terms of how his career moves from this point forward. Because he's a guy who was not comfortable on stage. He loves the gym. He likes the whole process. He wasn't comfortable on stage. And you know what? The more you spend time on stage, the more comfortable you get. I wasn't comfortable when I used to compete initially, but I started doing a lot of guest posings. This is back when guys guest posed, back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I was doing, 20 to 30 a year. And I got very comfortable on stage, and I got very comfortable in my body and body awareness and knowing where the crowd was and where the judges were. And that helped me tremendously when I competed. And that's why toward the end of my career, even though I wasn't maybe as good a bodybuilder as I was a little earlier in my career, I did better. I was placing higher. And that's because I had better stage savvy and better body awareness and presentation. And that's all he needs to work on. So congratulations. Do what you feel you should do in your heart. Don't let anyone else affect how you think. And that, I'm not just saying this to Iain, I'm saying this to anyone out there. Look at Max Charles, look at Muhammad El Imam. This guy has done almost every show also this year. And, he's right in the point running to accumulate enough points to go to the Olympia. And I guarantee he probably will, because he's not stopping. He's still going. So I take my hat off to the guys that are not afraid to get up on that stage and compete. Now, if you have work to do on your physique and improvements to make, I don't have any problem with people shutting it down until the following year. But when you're at the peak of your game and you're trying to, get to that elite top 6 Olympia level, you can't be afraid to put it out there. Kudos to Iain Valliere. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle Rant.